of course, we expect everybody to be, during the lesson, active, and that's one of the most important things because we need interaction since we have only a few members, right, in this course. All right, let me start with this presentation. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so another thing, of course, while I open this presentation, guys, for you, it's to introduce myself, right? Some of you already know me, Luciana. I think you've been with me before, all right, last year. And well, my name is Lily, and I'm going to be the teacher in charge of this lesson for the C1 Advanced, okay? And hold on a second, guys. I'm not so sure why is the presentation being a little bit slow, but if not, I'm going to share the PDF, which might be faster to share. All right, yes, I think this is actually faster and easier. Okay, so once again, my name is Lily, and I'm going to be your teacher in charge, okay? So guys, when we talk about Cambridge preparation, Cambridge is not just about knowing English. Actually, this is probably one of the most common mistakes that students make, that they believe that knowing English is enough to get you to results. And it's not always like that, all right? And most of the time, it's actually not like that. So good English is not enough. It's about understanding how your English is evaluated, the exam format, and how to respond effectively to each part of the exam. Okay, so very important for all of us to bear in mind that once again, it's not just about knowing English. Okay, now what does Cambridge really assess? And these criteria is actually going to apply across the exam. While most of these criteria we are going to see for the speaking and the writing, it's also going to apply for the reading and use of English and for the listening. First of them is going to be language accuracy. Okay, so that means that how well or how proper do we use the language? In this case, proper of the C1 level. Also, that is closely connected to the range vocabulary and grammar. Okay, so guys, here, let me just make a very important point, all right? I know that some of you have a very good level of English, which is a C1. But what happens a lot of times, and I've seen this in some students, is that when it comes, for example, to writing, suddenly they just forget about their level of English, okay? Which means they do not use the range of vocabulary and grammar proper of the C1, right? So if you're a C1 level, you need to demonstrate that on your speaking, on your writing, reading, listening, use of English, not only, of course, on the grammar part, okay? So that is important for us to remember from the very beginning, that you guys need to try your best to use this level of vocabulary. And of course, we're gonna, during the duration of the course, of course, we're gonna learn the vocabulary, we're going to apply the grammar that we study, and that is going to help us, right? Now, the next part is organization and coherence. And this particularly applies, I think, for the writing part. As some of you may know, Cambridge has a certain format that they require you to use for the writing. I know that some of you have already sat the exam for the B2, so you already know that Cambridge wants you to do that task or wants you to write in certain way. If you do not follow or you do not organize your ideas according to what Cambridge expects, unfortunately, that can lower your score. Okay, so organization and coherence is going to be very important. Then we have the task achievement. Of course, it's about writing or speaking, okay, about that task that we are given. Finally, communication on effectiveness. That is probably the ultimate task, right? Because once again, going back to the level, right? In the C1 level, this is probably going to be one of the most important points that we need to focus on. Now, going on with the next part, Cambridge is a skill-based exam. Reading, use of English, writing, speaking, and listening is exactly the same as the B2, okay? And you know that for the B2, use of English is already used. Use of English is pretty much about precision and control. And it's about the deep knowledge of the grammar in English. I know that a lot of us probably do not like much grammar, and included in that group, okay? I'm not a person who enjoys grammar, but whether we like it or not, this is something that we need to focus on when we start the B2 level. Why? Because if you want to acquire, right, a higher level of English, if you want to use it in the right or the correct way, so then you gotta get to know the grammar in deep. Okay, so guys, once again, this is not something that your teacher wants you to do. This is not something that it's an obligation, but once again, in order to increase, right, your level of English, in order to improve your level, then grammar is going to be important. And that is the use of English about, okay? The other parts of the exam are already known, right? Because you already start from the very basic level with reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Okay, now when we talk about the preparation, it's going to be similar to this road. All right, we need to take the step-by-step training first to be able to achieve our goal. Also, another important thing is going to be official and up-to-date Cambridge material, which I believe most of you guys already have entered Google Classroom, right, and download the material. Printing the material is optional, but my personal recommendation, of course, is to print it. Just because I'm the type of person that prefers to write, okay? And well, by looking at the screen, sometimes it's a little bit tiring as well, right? So you look at the paper, look at the screen, and somehow your eyes get to rest as well. So that is for the material. Also, we're going to focus on exam-specific skills, okay? Once again, some of you who have taken already the B2 exam, you know that a specific task or a specific exercise also requires a specific skill for you to show or to develop, okay? So not all the exercises can be approached the same way, and not all the exercises are going to take the exact time to do, right? Then progressive practice mock tests at the end of each cycle. This is, okay, I know I have repeated probably this many times. It is of utmost important, okay? Mock test. The same way that is important for you to take the step-by-step training is going to be for you to practice with real test exams, okay? Why? Because it happens a lot of times that the students, of course, train, right, for the different exercises, but they never really take a mock test. And what happens if you do not take a mock test? That you are not going to be able to time yourself or to know if you are going to be able to finish the test within the time frame, all right? Remember that you are given certain period of time. For example, the reading and use of English is 1 hour and 30 minutes. If you never practice with a mock test, and this has happened, and I have heard this quite a few times, and then it's going to be like, oh, I didn't have enough time the day of the exam, right? Why? Because you never time yourself and you never practice with mock tests. So remember, the same importance that you give for the step-by-step training, you need to give it to the mock test. So we all are going to go through that at the end of each cycle. And the last one is going to be the feedback, okay? Now, none of these things are going to be possible, all right, if we do not have a feedback. The idea of having this personalized group, right, to have a small group, is exactly for your teacher to be able to give a personal feedback to each of you, all right? So when you finish your mock test, which is going to be about the reading, use of English, and listening, you are going to get the feedback, all right? The same is going to be for the writing. So I do suggest to everybody from the very beginning, when you have a writing task, and when your teacher gives you back this writing feedback, please read everything, all right? Because only in that way, you're going to understand what are your strengths and which are your weaknesses. Understanding which are your weaknesses and which are your strengths, once again, is going to help you achieve your final goal, okay? So feedback, it's important, and it's when you have these small groups, it's much convenient, of course, to for everyone, for the teacher who can follow each of the students, and for the students also that are going to receive a personalized feedback. Okay, now let's finish this presentation also with the most common mistakes, right, that exam candidates make. The first of them is going to be about the task. I think I mentioned this before as well, right? Not understanding the task probably is gonna end up, right, on us not being able to do it within the time given, or not being able to apply the right technique. Okay, so practicing without understanding the task is a very common mistake. In the writing, ignoring the writing corrections. And I think this is what I said also previously, right? That when you receive your writing feedback, please make sure that you actually read the feedback and try to improve, of course, based on those corrections. For the speaking part, the mistake is going to be treating the speaking as a conversation, okay? While it is true that Cambridge aims at real life conversations, okay, you still have a structure that you need to follow, whether it's for part number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So once again, treating it as a regular conversation, it probably can end up with it lowering your score. And finally, grammar, focusing only on grammar, okay? Of course, it's important, but it's not the only thing that you need to prepare about grammar. There are going to be some other 4 aspects of the language that are also going to be evaluated. All right. So what really matters at the end is that Cambridge preparation is not about perfection. It's about strategy, structure, and consistency. And guys, I'm going to emphasize this last word. And with that, I'm going to finish this brief presentation about the preparation, consistency. Once you have already committed to this course, my recommendation, of course, is that you continue, that you're consistent, that you persevere. If you do not persevere, okay, and then of course the results that you're gonna get are not the results that you would like to have. Okay, so if you already start this course, my recommendation is to continue until you feel prepared. The average time for most of the students, okay, it's 6 months. But guys, good news. It happens, all right, and I've seen this before, students who take only 3 to 4 months to be ready. And this is thanks to the mock test, okay? The mock test is going to help you to track your own progress. So if you see like the results of your first mock test, the second, the third, and then the fourth, you already feel like you're ready for the exam. And also, I'm gonna support you and I'm gonna let you know, then it can happen, all right? But once again, the average time is 6 months. The same way there might be, unfortunately for some of us, that it could take more than 6 months, okay? So it's not about running and trying to get to the top the fastest. It's about being really prepared, having all the skills needed for the real exam. Okay, so guys, this was the presentation about the course. I don't know if anyone got any questions so far. Probably questions are going to be after, right? Okay, so guys, let's get to business. But before that, since everyone got their cameras on, I'm actually going to take a picture of all the brave ones who start this course. Okay, so please, guys, give me your best smile. And when I say 3, you can smile for the picture. I'm going to be taking a very nice picture of all of us. Luciana, I only see your eyes. I don't know if you're smiling or not. Yeah, I think you are. All right, so perfect, guys. So once again, 1, 2, and 3, say cheese. All right, perfect. All right, this is going to be part of your memories when you get your Cambridge certification for the C1. Okay, now give me just a second to share the previous screen. Okay, here it is. Hold on a second. All right, so guys, here we go. Okay, we start this preparation with our first topic, which is about people like us. Okay, so the way that the course is gonna follow, it's gonna be by topics, and for each topic, we're gonna develop each part of the exam. Okay, so people like us, actually, this topic is going to help all of us to get to know each other. Okay, so we have some nice pictures of people, right, in different situations, different jobs. And guys, this is what we're gonna do, all right? It says, how do you think these things reflect your personality? And you need to give examples. What are those things? The first one is gonna be the job that we choose. Hold on. The job that we choose. The subjects we choose to study. Our free time interests, the clothes we wear, and the friends we choose. Okay, So guys, bear in mind these 5 different things and reflect on how these affect people's personality, okay? Just to give you a very quick example. For example, all right, I chose to become a teacher. How does that reflect my personality? Maybe on the fact that I like helping people to achieve their goals, right? So that is part of my personality and probably was one of the reasons why I chose to become a teacher, okay? So that same thing, guys, is what you are going to do, okay? Now, I know that this is usually for you to do it in groups, but I would like everybody to do it individually for this particular activity, okay? Why? Because I like to use your own examples, okay? Your own job, the career that you study, or the career that you would like to study, or the job that you would like to have. Okay, so you're going to use these aspects, these things, to talk about yourself. Once again, the same way I did, right? I chose to become a teacher, and I think the reason or how it does reflect my personality is because I like helping people achieve their goals. Okay, now you guys, one by one, Brenda, Edson, Valeska, Tiago, and Luciana, you're going to do it for yourself, considering the 5 aspects, okay? I know that some of you guys are very young, okay? Maybe you haven't yet finished school. So for you guys, it's about the job that you would like to have and the subject that you would like to study. Okay, so whether you're in school or you already finished school, you still gotta do this activity. So guys, I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes to think about your answers, and then I'm gonna call one by one, okay, to talk about that and how does that reflect your own personality. Okay, so please guys, go ahead. Are there any questions before we start? Is everything clear? All right, so perfect. Go ahead. Once again, you have 2 minutes. You can make notes on your notebook, okay? And tell me after that how these things reflect your own personality. Mhm. Okay, so I think, guys, that was enough time for everyone to think about how each of these things reflects your own personality. Are there any volunteers who would like to start? Of course, I'll help you. I'll guide you through each of the points, okay? But any volunteers who would like to start and would like to talk about their job or future job, studies, interests, clothes?
Okay,
No?
I can start.
It's okay, perfect. Thank you, Edson. All
Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
but before I have a question, I need to talk about
Sure.
each one.
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
Each
Uh-huh.
one. Oh, okay, okay,
Each
okay.
one. Yes, exactly. So, for example, Edson, what is your job?
I am a software developer, engineer test.
Okay, okay. And how do you
Yeah.
think your job reflects your personality?
Okay. Okay, because I think that I am a kind person, and also
Mm-hmm,
I like to innovate. I am curious, no? I am curious
mm-hmm,
because it's so important if you are curious in this field,
mm-hmm,
if
mm-hmm,
you want to build or if you want to create a new source for new application, you
mm-hmm,
know.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, and also the most important for me is
mm-hmm,
you need to be curious, no, about these fields if you want to
mm-hmm.
become a software developer.
Yes, I don't think it's
Yeah,
an easy job to do. All right. For example,
mm.
I will never choose that job. It's because it's not
Okay.
part of my personality, right? Uh-huh. And you see, guys, this is why we are like connecting our personality, right, to the job that we choose. For example, Edson is a software developer, right? Because he's curious. And of course, to develop new applications, you gotta be curious for that, all right? Okay, please continue, Edson, with the next one, the subject you choose to study. Mhm.
Okay. The subject we choose to study.
Mhm.
Well, I decided to study system engineer. Okay,
Mhm.
where I need to study different subjects like mathematics
Mhm.
or physics, logic. The most important is that data structure and algorithm because
Mhm.
I need to see, I need to fix different issues in my
Mhm.
day by
Mhm.
day, no, in my job.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And I
that's it,
think that
no?
one is closely related to your curiosity again, right? It's like one
Yeah,
of the features of your personality that repeats once again when you chose what to study. Okay, what
yeah,
about your
that's
free
right.
time interest?
In my free time, okay, to be honest, I don't have too free time because nowadays in
Okay.
my free time, I am so busy. Okay, and
Mhm.
also when I have a little bit free time, I prefer to improve my skills as a software developer.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. Mhm.
also I like to hang out with my family, friends. I like to
Okay.
read. Nowadays, I am
Mhm.
reading the books in English, mainly in English, because I
Mhm.
want to improve, no, my vocabulary. On the
Mhm.
weekends, I like to go to the cinema if I want to watch any movies. If I don't want to watch any movies on the cinema, well, I stay here, no,
Mhm.
in my apartment with my
Mhm.
couple.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's it. I prefer to rest, no, my mind.
All
If
right.
I have a schedule Monday to Friday,
Mhm.
I need to rest. It's important.
Okay, that could somehow reflect your laid back personality, right? You just like prefer to relax, to do your own thing, right? Without any pressure. Okay. And then the clothes you wear, what about them?
The
How do you think it
clothes.
reflects your personality?
Yeah, I usually choose the clothes depends on the
Mm-hmm.
climate, no, the weather,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not the weather
Mm-hmm.
because if the weather is summer, I prefer to use a short or a little bit clothes
Mm-hmm.
because too much
Mm-hmm.
sun, no? Or hot.
Uh-huh. Okay.
If it's if cold, I prefer to use not too much clothes. Well, it depends, hence, no, the
Mm-hmm.
climate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. And what about the friends that you choose? Mm-hmm.
Okay, the friends I choose. I would say when you choose your friend is because your friend has the same personality. No,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
because if your
Mm-hmm.
friend
Mm-hmm.
don't if your friend doesn't have the same personality, maybe you will not talk no with them. Hence, it's
Mm-hmm.
so important if you want to talk different topics and if you want
Mm-hmm.
to keep a good communication.
Right. So in your case, you would say that your friends need to have a similar personality to yours, so
Yeah.
you could be like on the same vibe, right? To talk about the same things, same interests. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay,
that's right.
perfect. All right, very good. Thank you, Edson. Okay, so
Thank
who
you.
would like to go next to talk to
Can
about
I
these
go?
five different topics? Yeah, sure, Valeska, please go ahead.
Okay. Well, in the moment I don't I'm not I don't have a job, but I choose to study international affairs, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that reflects my personality, like how I'm always trying to supportive support people and animals, and I always like to participate in groups that help, for example, my city. And yeah, I think that demonstrate that I'm a very like I understand that for the problems that happens in general.
Right, that's right. It's part of your personality. That's the reason why you said you chose international affairs, right?
Yeah.
As your studies. Oh, okay, very good. What about your free time interest then?
In my free time, I like to write and listen
Mm-hmm.
music, and I think that um, when I write, I like to express myself, maybe things that I don't understand, so that can in I can like understand myself and understand what happened in my world. So I think that reflects that I'm a very um not complicated person, but like I don't and focus so much on myself. So write make me like that space to have a
Right.
time for me. Yeah.
Right. I think that is actually very interesting because that at the same time allows you right to reflect on your own behavior. So you are constantly like questioning things then also,
Yes.
as I can see.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's how your personality reflects, right? And what about the clothes that you wear?
My clothes, I'm very basic with my clothes. Actually, I just like to be comfortable and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't have a lot of clothes, but yeah, I'm very basic with my clothes.
All right. You just like to feel comfortable, right?
Yes.
And that's most important to you. Okay, great. But what about the friends that you choose?
The friends, well, I have a very small group of friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I usually very like strict with my limits in
Mm-hmm.
my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to choose people that I am comfortable with, and I don't usually do things with them
Mm-hmm.
like I normally do. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that my friends are like a space kind of weird in a
Safe
weird.
space, let's call it safe
Yes, it's a
space.
safe space. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That means that you're very selective because it's not easy for you to
Yes,
trust people, all right?
yes.
So the ones who are your friends should be very, right, happy to have been chosen as your friend. Okay, very good. Perfect. Thank you, Valeska. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
you guys once again see how all these five different topics is really reflecting your personality, all right? Okay, so thank you once again, Edson, Valeska. Guys, who would like to go next? We have Brenda, Tiago, Luciana. Luciana, please. We're all ears. Tell us about
Okay.
it. Mm.
Well, now I don't have a job and I don't
Mhm.
know what to study, but I think that the job that you choose reflects your interest in what you're good at, what matches yourself, and
Mhm.
the subjects you choose to study reflects all your interests and
Mhm.
what you're good at. For example, creative people, not in my case, but creative
Mhm.
people would choose to study something like art and to
Mhm.
express their feelings.
Mhm. Mhm. And Luciana, have you decided what would you like to study when you finish school?
Not yet, but I
Mhm.
have some options.
Which are your options? Like you are hesitating between what?
Going into economy,
Okay.
so administration.
Administration. Okay. All right. So that probably somehow also is going to reflect your personality, right? Administration is about like directing, also about giving tasks to people. Do you like directing, like being in charge of a group, or not so much?
So. That's why I'm not
Mhm.
sure
Okay.
if I want to be an
Uh-huh.
administrator or not.
Okay, I see why you're hesitating, right? Because there are certain aspects probably of this career that is not very convincing for you. Okay, perfect, Luciana. So please continue with the others. Free time interests and clothes and friends.
In my free time, I really enjoy to do any sport because it shows my discipline, my motivation, my competitive thinking is something that I really enjoy and that makes me feel good. And I
Yes,
like it.
yes, that's true. If I'm not mistaken, you practice fencing, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think it does reflect a lot on your personality, right? How because I don't think it's easy. It's an easy sport, and also because it's not very common, right? So not many people choose to practice this sport. Okay, great. Continue.
Well, in the clothes I choose to wear, um, I like to wear something that can make other people see how I like to see how I would like to be seen.
And how you like people for people to see you?
Comfortable and good, stylish,
Yes,
stylish.
stylish and comfortable. Okay, excellent. And the last one.
The friends that I choose, uh, I search people who look like me that have the
Okay.
same personality as me
Mm-hmm.
and the same taste of humor
Mm-hmm.
because I
Mm.
like to feel that I am talking with myself, but not exactly with myself, with other
Uh-huh.
people that is like
Right.
me.
Right. And I understand about sense of humor, right? Because a lot of times maybe we do not align with everybody when it comes to sense of
Mm-hmm.
humor. Everybody has quite different, right? Sense of humor. Okay, perfect, very good. Thank you very much, Luciana. And since we had like Edson, Valeska, and then we had Luciana, then let's go with Tiago. Okay, and Tiago, please, if you could tell us a little bit about this part.
Well, currently I'm studying business management,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that it reflects my personality because I like to motivate
Mm-hmm.
people
Uh-huh.
to
Mm-hmm.
engage with them. Maybe I also like some business stuff.
All right. So
And
definitely you feel like that was the right career for you to study. What
yes,
semester are you at, Tiago?
I'm going to start the third semester.
How is it going so far?
Good, very, very
Mm-hmm.
good.
Okay, so you made the right decision then, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Okay, continue please with the others.
Well, the subjects, I think that I like everything related with management. I enjoy math a lot
Oh,
more
okay.
than language. Yes.
Okay,
About my
that's
free
interesting.
time, I like to play the guitar, so
Okay.
that reflects how I enjoy a lot the music.
How long have you been practicing this interest, this hobby? How long have you
Well,
practiced it?
I started in when I was 9 years old, but like I started playing again last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Oh, okay. So only last year, it's just like your desire, right, to play the
Hmm.
guitar became stronger. Okay, perfect, good. What about the next one? Clothes and friends?
About the clothes, I prefer jeans and t-shirts. I
Okay.
like to be comfortable. Yes,
Okay, very
something
good.
basic as well. And
Excellent.
about my friends, I think that I prefer the ones that share the same ideas with me, but I know that sometimes it's not possible, right?
Yes.
So I
Uh-huh.
try to be empathic with them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, maybe people who cares about others.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Excellent.
think that is part also of the career that you chose, right? Because if you choose like administration, of course, it's about being empathic, about being a leader. And leader does not always have the same vision as everyone, but the thing is about guiding, right? And try to
Yes.
put like, because we know that in a group of people, whether it's at work or like at school or university, even though you share the same interests, there are always going to be things that you are going to have different points of views, right? And as you said, being empathic probably is going to be very important to handle the situation and also to continue to be friends with some people, right? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tiago. All right. And last but not least, Brenda, please, your time to shine.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
sorry. Okay, the job that I chose, well, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a
Uh-huh.
teacher. That's what I chose a lot of
Mhm.
years ago.
Mhm.
The subject it's, well, I am a teacher for special education, and
Mhm.
I work
Mhm.
in that from, sorry.
Mhm.
And well, that's something that I love. So I have so many years working in that. So,
Mhm.
um,
So sorry to interrupt. So why did you choose teaching? How do you think that reflects your personality? What made you chose that as a career, as your job?
uh, I choose it because I think that that's a way that I can help. I
Mm-hmm,
think.
mm-hmm. Yes,
Uh,
yes. Mm-hmm.
I did it because, well, that's when I was young. I thought that that was a way that I could help people,
Mm-hmm,
and I think that I'm doing it.
Yes,
I
perfect. So
work
it
with
was
inclusion, and I have,
ah
yes,
uh,
I work in a
uh-huh.
big school with little
Mm-hmm.
kids and
Mm.
inclusion with,
Ooh,
I
uh-huh.
don't know how
That's
to
not an
say it in
easy
English.
job.
Yes,
Yes, I
and
believe.
DHA, I think it's in
Uh-huh.
English. I'm not
I think
sure.
in English you say like people with special skills, all right? Special,
Yes, and learning support.
all right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I
Okay.
work with them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yes, it's really special and it's really nice.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
a feeling that I am helping them.
mm-hmm,
And that's why I choose what I'm doing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. So now
Okay, great.
I'm working with them and we have an special department in this biggest school.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And in my free time, I'm still working with them. And I spend time with my kids too because I'm a mom of two.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
yes.
Well, that tells how much you care for the kids, right? Whether with your kids or with the kids that you work. So you're a very caring person as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds great. And what about the clothes and the friends? What do you think about that?
Well, the clothes depend of the occasion, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
it's up to the occasion. It's up to how do I feel at the time, up to the weather too, of
Mm-hmm.
course.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be
Mm-hmm.
sporty mostly of the time. And
Right.
about the
Uh-huh.
friends, well, my friends are my kids, of course.
Uh-huh.
And well, my friends are my co-workers too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Would
people
you
that
say
are
that
really,
would you say that they have a similar mindset to yours, like your kids and your
yes, they
coworkers?
have
Yes.
to. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
have to. I have a lot of people that are close to me that are related or they work in things related that things that I do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, so guys, also thank you, Brenda. And from what I heard from most of you guys is that you all prefer people that have similar mindsets, right? But also, as Tiago mentioned, of course, it's impossible to have exactly the same mindset for each person that you're friends with. And being empathic also is going to be important, right? To value the friendship, of course, and to have different points of views, which also allows it to grow as a person. Okay, So now guys, we're gonna go with this exercise number 3 to after go with some more vocabulary exactly to talk about personality, which is what we have been doing just now, okay? So on page number 8, we have exercise number 3, which says, look at the statements below and say if they are true or false for you, okay? So we're gonna go through each of them. Okay, and once again, you are going to tell me if it's true or false for you and why also. So for example, number 1, my close friends tend to be people who are very similar to me. Okay, let me start then with Edson. Edson, is this true or false for you?
It's true.
It's true. Why is this true for you? How do you consider them to be very similar to you?
Because my friends are confident and brave, like me, no? Yes, that's it, no? Well, and among others, personalities we have in common.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you, Edson. Valeska, people tell me I take after a particular person in my family. Is this true or false for you?
I think it's false. Yeah. I don't take care after a particular person, but I do with my pets.
Okay.
I spend the most time with them.
Oh, okay, I see. But hold on one second here. It's good that you mentioned here, Valeska, take care is about caring, right? About other beings, in this case, about your pets. But this particular statement says people tell I take after, not take care.
Take after.
Take after means that you are similar to a particular person in your family. Maybe personality. It's mostly about personality because when they say that you look like, it's more about, right, physical appearance.
Yeah.
So has anyone ever told you that you take after your dad or after your mom? No.
I don't think so. No.
So it's false then for you.
False, yeah.
Right? And your personal believing, you don't think that you take after your mom or your dad? Anything that is similar?
No, in personality, no. Maybe my dad, because he's kind of like work always like in leadership, and I try to mend that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you take after a little bit after your father, right? After your dad. Okay, sounds good. It's just that nobody has told you that, all right? But you
No.
can recognize that on yourself. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Valeska. Number 3, Luciana. I'll describe myself as a fairly outgoing person. Is this true or false for you?
I'm not sure. I mean, it depends.
Depends on what? Depends on the people that you're with, depends on the situation.
Yes, because I like to talk to people, but only with those who I think that can be friends with me. I am like very selective about who I open up to.
Yes, okay. So I've actually seen this a lot, I think, right? People who are not very talkative, but when they are surrounded by their friends or people that they trust, they become totally different. So maybe that is your case as well, right? You are more talkative or more outgoing where you're surrounded by your friends or people that you trust. That would be like then true and depending on the people, right? Okay, excellent. Thank you, Luciana. Number 4, Tiago. I find it easy to get on with most people I meet. Is it true or false for you?
For me, I think it's true.
From what I heard before, yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
I have had a lot of situations where I have to talk first. I get on with most of people in these situations. Yes.
Yeah, so you have like a very chill personality then, right? And then you get along with people. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Tiago. Brenda, people will probably say I am hardworking. Is this true or false for you?
If hardworking means that it is hard to work with me.
Oh, no. In this case, hardworking means that you're very dedicated to work. That, as you mentioned, even in your free time, you said that you continue to work with your kids, right? So it means that you give more than you should, or more than people expect, or than even you expect, all right? Just very quick example. Instead of working from 9 to 5, you work from 9 to 8 because you want to accomplish all your tasks, you want to finish all your work, etc., etc.
And
So
giving
that
more
is,
than I have. Okay.
yes, kind of. So would you say that people say that you are hardworking?
Yes, sometimes. Yes.
Sometimes, of course, because it's not necessarily something good, right?
Yeah.
because
It's
because you're
not it's not
Mhm.
all the time, but sometimes I spend more
Exactly.
time working. More than I should. I just have to say it. It's not
Right.
good.
That's true. Well, in general, guys, saying that someone is hardworking tends to have a positive connotation, okay? Means that you are dedicated to your job, that you do more than people expect you to do. But the word that has a negative connotation is going to be workaholic. Because when you're workaholic, you already forget about yourself even, right? You forget about to sleep, you forget about to take care of yourself, about your health, etc., etc. So hardworking, it's okay. It's positive, right? But workaholic, not really. We don't want to reach that point where we don't have a work-life balance, right? And that it is about this particular statement. Okay, the next one, number 6, Edson. There is one thing I wish I could change about myself. Is this true or false?
Um, yeah, it's true. I
Yeah,
would,
okay.
yeah, I would like to change procrastinate. I don't know if it's
Okay.
okay, my pronunciation. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I sometimes I procrastinate with the social media. Now the social
Uh,
media,
mhm,
TikTok,
mhm,
Instagram, or Facebook, and well, I need to
mhm,
focus if I need to work or if I want to study English or
mhm.
anything. Yeah, hence nowadays I decided not to remove my social medias, not my account, only social medias.
Right.
And well,
Mhm, mhm.
when I can improve it, well, after that I can download again.
Okay, but you're very strict with yourself then, right? At the same time.
Yeah, I want
Uh-huh.
to achieve, no, my objectives. Well, in this
Right.
case, focus, focus, focus. It's so important for me.
Okay. I agree with you, Edson. And I think this statement is true for everybody in this class. And I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
true
right.
for everybody in general. Okay. I think people somehow we all have different ways of procrastinating, right? Nowadays, of course, social media is the most common one. Who does not stay like more time than you should on social media, TikTok, Instagram, right? And then you procrastinate and you leave things for the last minute, or you simply just don't do it. I think we all have made this mistake. And but well, the thing about it is that at some point we need to get things done, right? So procrastination, yes, it's a thing for everybody. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Edson. And the last one, in number 7, in Valeska. The number of friends and followers I have on social media is very important to me. Is this true or false for you?
It's false. Like I mentioned before, I have a very small group of friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have many followers in my social uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
networks also. So
Uh-huh.
it's not really important.
It's not really important, right?
But it's important to me to like be in a place and know and try to know everyone so I can
Mm-hmm.
have contacts.
So it's not about social media, but real life people, right?
Yes.
It's more about that. Okay, perfect. So thank you, Valeska. Okay, so guys, with those statements, right, now we're gonna move to the next part, which is about the vocabulary. Pretty much this was more like a warm up, right, about all of us, of course, to get to know each other, which is important. And this is one of the things I really enjoy about my small groups, that we always get the chance to talk, we always get the chance to practice. Okay, so in exercise number 4, all right, these adjectives can be used to describe personality. Complete the table by writing each adjective in the correct column. Okay, so you guys need to put all of these adjectives that are here in the box, and you need to divide it between usually positive, usually negative, or could be either, which means it's kind of neutral, all right? So I'm gonna give everyone, again, about 2 minutes for you to write this, okay? And after that, we're gonna compare all together. So please go ahead, you've got 2 minutes. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check our answers together. So for, let's start with the adjective open-minded. Tiago, what do you think? Is this positive, negative, or could be either?
I think that it's usually positive to be
Okay.
open. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good. Thank you, Tiago. Luciana, what about outgoing? Is this, which of these options will it be?
I think that could be either.
It could be either. Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you. Brenda, what about self-centered?
Negative.
Okay, negative. Edson, conscientious.
Positive, usually positive.
Usually positive, okay. Valeska, supportive.
Positive.
Tiago, the next one, well organized.
Usually positive.
Okay, excellent. Luciana, genuine.
Positive.
Brenda, competent.
Positive.
Edson, next one.
Positive.
Positive, okay. Valeska, the next one.
I think positive.
Positive, okay. Tiago.
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Luciana?
Positive.
Okay, positive. Brenda?
I don't have an idea. I'm sorry.
So if you don't have an idea, maybe
It could
it
be
could be either.
Yes,
Exactly.
thank you.
This is why we have this section, right? When we are not sure about it, means that it could be either, probably.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Edson?
Positive.
Positive. Okay. Valeska?
I think either.
It could be either. Okay. Tiago?
Positive.
Great. Luciana?
Positive.
Brenda?
Negative.
Okay. Good. And the last one, Edson?
Negative.
Negative. Okay, let's pay attention, guys, to the answers and see. Okay. Look at this. Most of them, of course, are in the correct section, but it's telling us that outgoing is not exactly that it could be either, which means it's not that positive and negative, right? Depending on the situation. So what do you guys think is outgoing? Positive or negative? Because it's only one of those two, right? So which do you think would be correct?
Positive.
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 Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think usually, right, people, it will consider someone who is outgoing that as a positive thing, right? And naive. To be honest with you guys, I agree with Brenda that it could be either, right? Because if you are too naive, people can take advantage of you, and that would be negative. But if you are also naive, right, not too naive, people might consider it as something good. You're just like cute when you are naive, right? But okay, forgetting about the fact that I agree with Brenda, then what do you guys think? If it's not in this section, what would be naive? Positive or negative in your opinion? Hmm? Or everybody agrees that it could be either? I think so. Nobody's got a different answer. Edson?
I would say negative.
Negative, right? Yeah, I think maybe the correct answer is here negative. But once again, guys, this is kind of subjective, right? It's gonna depend really on the situation and how we see this characteristic. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Edson. And then idealistic. Idealistic. Do you think is it something positive, really? Or what section would be negative or could be either? What do you think?
It could be either.
It could be either. Okay, yes, maybe, right? Depending on the situation. All right, let's see. And what about unconventional? Negative or could be either?
It could be either.
Could be either also. Okay, let's show the answers and see if we are on the same page. Yes, naive, according to the book, is considered as something negative. Idealistic, it could be either, as Valeska mentioned, and unconventional as well. Okay, and these two are going to depend on the situation. Sometimes being unconventional for people is they just don't like it, right? And they will see it as a negative characteristic. But some other people will appreciate the fact that you are not the same as everyone else, or that you are different and conventional. So it will be something positive. Okay. And well, I think that is it. Outgoing is in the positive section. And those were the four that we got different answers, right? Okay, so perfect, guys. So with this, we're actually going to stop for today, all right? I'm not going to leave any homework yet, okay, because we are still warming up for the course. And instead, we are going to continue the next lesson with the listening part 4. So which means we get to see one of the parts of the exercises that we need to focus on for the exam. Okay, so please guys tell me, has anyone got any question before we finish? No questions? Okay, so perfect, guys. Thank you for joining today. I see you all back on Wednesday. Okay. Oh, on Friday. Sorry, I'm thinking that it's Monday today. Okay. No, tomorrow. Sorry. I don't know what course I might dictate. Okay. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye. Have a nice
Okay,
evening.
bye
See you.
bye.
Bye.